Alright, welcome guys. So today in this video we will be making our own main menu. So to start off, I have a main menu folder in my content browser, and to make a main menu we need to right click, go to user interface and use a widget blueprint. This we can call main menu. In this video I'll cover three menus. So the options menu with the graphics and the resolution setting, the pause menu, and of course the main menu itself. So now we can, after we've named this, we can double click to open this. If you want to, let's say, edit if you're making the game for a phone, you can change that down here and you can see what it will look like on different devices. If you're making a game that will work on different platforms, maybe on different for different screen sizes, you can edit that down here, and whatever you change here will become default for the individual options down here. Okay, so for this we have a canvas panel and we start in our designer tab, and we have our basic options up here like a text box, text, sliders, progress bar. So obviously the same widget can be used to make inventory slots and everything. Alright, so what we'll first use is we'll go down to our panels and we can drag in these grid panels, or the uniform grid panel, and these things. So these are basically your main default sections where you can drag in buttons and text. So now I'll start the basic one. So vertical box, which is basically a vertical shaped box, and it aligns everything nicely for you. Right, and if you actually scroll on top of it, if you keep your mouse on top of it, it will actually tell you how these work. For example, this one can switch between different widgets, but for this I'll just stick to a widget box. And then I'll drag down a button. So I'll select this button, drag it on top of my vertical box, and I have my first button down here, and I'll drag text on top of button, so the text will be inside the button. Now we'll select the button and the text, press Ctrl C, and we can click on a vertical box and press Ctrl V as many times as we want for as many buttons as we need. So of course, first one I will call. Now how I name these is I use B and then type underscore and whatever it is. So B start, because you will need to know these names as you start to reference them later on in your graph to tell the system what each button will perform. Now for the text, what I like to do is I like to press T and then type what the text is, just to keep everything organized. So T and then start, and B for buttons and T for text. So, and then it's just basically at this stage, well, mostly what you will be doing is naming your buttons, editing the size. I go for 30, or I could even do bigger, but that's fine for now. And the second button I will call options or settings. So B underscore options. Alright, and then we go to, just gonna make the O capital on this. And text box. You guys can skip ahead. If you guys know which buttons you're looking for, you guys can skip ahead until I'm doing the next options menu. So just down here, alright? Okay, and then in the text I can write options. It might actually be better if you do these settings first, and then you can maybe drag and copy and paste these down there. But there's not too many buttons down here. And then I'll just have a load game here. I probably won't be doing a load game function now, but we'll just add that here. And then the text will do load game. And just load. And then here I'll actually you know what I'll do here is just to quit actually. That's it. So just keeping it quite basic. And of course, once you guys understand how this process works, you guys can obviously go around and edit these things yourself as well. So T underscore quit, and down here I'll type quit. Alright, so quit. So this is our basic main menu. So if I do edit the styles or the design, I'll add that at the end of the video for anyone who's interested. So I'll keep this quite specific and short. So I obviously didn't change the sizes for these, so I'll just select these two and change this to 30. just so it looks uniform, so it's nicely. And then we'll click our vertical box and drag this out so it fits nicely. And in our for our vertical box, we'll name this main menu, and we'll check is variable so we can access it in our graph down here. Alright, once we made our main menu, once you're happy with it, you can select this, press Ctrl C on the main menu, select the canvas panel, and then press Ctrl V, and you have a duplicate of it now. And this we can call options menu. Alright, actually I don't want a space bar, don't want a space in the middle, and we want to make sure this is also a variable, which it is already, as we did that in our main menu. Okay, so our first, now what I'll do is I'll drag a text and I'll drop it just above the first button. Alright, and this text I will call quality. Alright, and so T underscore quality, and then in text we'll call this quality. I'll change the size up to 30 and I'll move this in the middle. Alright, okay, now I'll select the options menu, I'll move it in roughly the same position as these, and in the Z order we'll set this to 1, and visibility we'll do hidden, so when the menu comes up we don't want to see this straight away. Alright, I'm just gonna move this on the side so because I'm still editing this. It's the options menu. So first we'll add a so our first quality level will be potato. Sorry, I just had to do that. So which obviously you can call it low if you guys want. I just like to call it potato. Alright, and then down here I'll type potato. I know a lot of people say potato in very different ways. Like I say potato, some say potato or something. I can't even say it like that. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep naming these things. Of course, you guys can skip the naming part if you guys want. You don't have to follow along with the naming parts. Next one I'll call low, and then T low. And I'll just type here low for the text as well. And then we'll have our medium, and in text we'll call this T underscore medium. And down here I'll just type medium. Okay, and for the last button I'll type epic, just because it's Unreal Engine, so B underscore epic. Again, you guys can set high, so anything you guys want you guys can add here. It's not really. Alright, epic, and down here I'll type epic. Alright, now I can select my options menu. Alright, now I want to make sure all of these are only 24, so the size on these is 24, because I want to keep my title. Alright, okay, so now once we've done this, we can just we can actually just copy this, Ctrl C and Ctrl V on the canvas panel again, and this one we will call so vertical box 2 down here. I'm just gonna close the other two. Alright, and this I will call resolution. I could spell that correctly, resolution menu. Okay, and the Z order for this will also be 1, so the same as this. And in the text we'll just type T underscore resolution, and then P underscore 640 times 480, if I can remember the resolutions. Okay, again you guys can choose whatever resolution you want for your game. You guys can enter them here. It's the process itself is actually very simple, so just enter the resolutions you guys want here. Again, you guys can always skip the video if you guys are getting bored of this. I will add timestamps to the video so you guys can easily navigate through the video if you guys like. Okay, second one I'll do should be 1280 times 1080. Alright, my values might be wrong, so you guys might just want to double check these. Okay. I'm just trying to do this off the top of my head, so the values might not be 100% correct, the resolution values. And the next one, I'll just do 1440 because this is my this is one of my current monitors that I'm using right now to record. Alright, and then down here I'll just do text underscore Control V. And of course everything we are changing is showing up here. And then finally you can add another one, but I'm not really going to add another one right now, simply because I cannot remember anymore, or actually I'm pretty sure if I do try to edit it I will get it wrong. But you guys get the basic idea, so now I'm just going to put this down here. Of course make sure the visibility for this is also hidden, as is this. Alright, once we put these down here, and now we can head over to our graph. Alright, so compile this, save. Alright, so everything looks fine, and now we'll head over to our graph. So once we click on graph, inside here we have our three menus. Alright, and for our start, so our start, actually we click on this, our start, and down here we have a few options. So we can do on clicked, on press, on hovered, so we can add sounds in this area as well, but right now I won't focus on sounds. You can obviously, it's not that hard, you just do play sound literally and it should work, play sound attached or something, so I'm not going to show you that. Okay, so when the button is started, when the play button is pressed, generally the option you can use here is open level. This is if your game is actually in a different level than your main screen. If your game is in the same screen as your level, sorry, as your main menu, if your main game is in the same screen, you can simply type here remove from parent, and this will remove the widget itself. The sort of main menu will remove itself, and inside the level blueprint you can maybe do disable input, so when the game starts the player does not have any controls, and like inside your level blueprint, and you can obviously create the widget and make sure, and down here you can then do maybe enable input for the player. So yeah, so you can do all these things, but right now I'll just do remove from parent because I don't want my my player character to, sorry, because my game will be in the same place as my main start point. Okay, so when this starts we do remove from parent, and then we have our quit button, so we do on clicked. It's very simple, this one, just do console command, press enter, in here just type quit. Simple. Alright, so now we have done our I'll press C and call this start end, start quit. So these are the two options right here. Alright, now the next thing we will do is, so we'll bring in, so yeah, so next thing we'll do is on the, so when the options button is pressed, we want to set visibility. Now of course by default our options widgets are hidden, so we need to set visibilities for our main menu, our options menu, or we can just control click and we can drag them out and it'll be a lot faster that way. Okay, so currently our main menu is visible, so we'll connect this here and set the visibility to hidden, and for the other two, when the options button is pressed, Control C, Control V, we'll set both of these to visible. Okay, when this happens to visible, and then of course there is one button that I forgot to add, which I'll just add just below my quality. So I'll just Control C the last button, click on resolution menu and Control V, and of course in the resolution itself. So in this text right here, we want to change this to resolution. Okay, and the last button I will call this b_return, which obviously would take us back to our main menu. Down here I'll call this t return, and in the text I'll just type the full thing, return to main menu. And now we'll select our resolution menu. I'll make this bigger, and yeah, that's fine. Okay, now I'll compile this, save this again, and down here we should have a return button now. So when the return button is pressed after options, we can just copy all of this, Control C, Control V, but we can just change these values around. So set this to visible now and set this to hidden, and this we can press C and we can call this our options and return. Okay, next thing we'll do is we'll set up our resolution. So first we will select the first resolution, and then we'll do execute. Again, we'll execute console commands here. Now the default for resolutions is you press R dot set res, and then you press space and you type the value you want. However, this, if you just leave it like this will give you an issue where when you change resolution, your screen isn't full screen. So to get rid of that, just type F at the end of this, and now you will have a proper working resolution. And then I have my next one down here, and then the next one. For this, I'll just copy and paste this 3 times, 2 times in fact. So as many resolutions you have, this is all you need to do. So connect this here and just change the value in here from 640 times 480 to 1280 times 1080, and then this one the same thing, 1440 times 900. Okay, once you've done this, you can press C here, and I'll call this options resolution. So this is basically my workflow on how I try to manage things using these boxes. And then we'll do our quality. So be low, so on clicked, medium, and of course we had our potato somewhere, yep, right here. So potato obviously goes above low, and then we have our low, and then we should have a, I believe, epic, yep, here we go. Okay, so for this we need to also execute. Now this one was extremely hard to come by because no one seemed to know how to get this to work, but somehow this works, and I'm happy with using this now. So I'm just going to connect these here to low, and then we'll type just gonna quickly save this. So down here we'll just type scalability, and we'll type 0 next to it. Now we can just copy scalability, if I have spelled it wrong hopefully, and down here we'll type 1, then Control V down here I'll type 2, and Control V down here I'll type 3, and in just a little bit we will get to test to see if all of this is working as it should. Okay, so now we'll just drag this. Making these comment boxes is to keep everything organized, so once you come back to it you know where everything is. So options and video. Okay, and I believe this is pretty much it. So we have our start, return, options, resolutions, options, video, quit. Yeah, I think this is all for our main menu right now. So now we can close this and we can go into our blueprints, open level blueprint. So right now I have some other things going on here as well. I'm just gonna take this off, I'm not gonna bother with this right now. We can bring our event, we can play here, we can drag a node out, we can type create widget, And down here now we can find the main menu that we just made. So main menu, and then add to viewport. The return value is the target, so the target is itself, the main menu. And then we can do set show, or if I do constant set show mouse cursor. Okay, and we want the mouse cursor to be shown, and our target is player controller. So we need to, get player controller. So get player controller, and we can connect that down here. Right, and whatever else I was doing, I can just connect it so it continues to play. Alright, let's click play, let's see what happens. So here we go. So now when I click play, in the options we have our settings. When I click potato, everything looks like it's being recorded by a potato. Then we have low, then we have medium, and then we have epic, so that's the best quality. And we can change, so if I go to return menu, we can do that. If I click quit, our game quits. If I click play, options, we can't see a resolution here. It's because inside the screen it's not going to change your resolution. To do that, if you want to test that, you need to go to standalone game. It's very risky because I don't want my system to crash right now because I'm recording at the same time as this. So let's see if this works. You have a look. Alright, I believe it's loading. Yeah, there we go. So I really do hope it does not crash, and no, I don't think I can run it while I'm recording. But anyways, if you guys do want to test that, you can go down here, go to standalone game, and you need to make sure that you make your main menu inside your default map, which you can set in. If you go to settings, product settings, you need to make sure inside your map and modes that you have in your default map. So when the game launches, this is the map that starts. You need to have your main menu in there, or else it will not perform as you want it to perform. Okay, so now, okay, of course if I play, now right now I don't have a character set up, but whatever you have set up should play after this main menu. So when I click start, the main menu disappears itself. And of course one more thing we can do inside our main menu, if you open this again, now we go to our main menu inside our graph, when the game is started. So after we have removed from parents, we can get rid of our mouse cursor. So set show, of course if you can't see it, just click on the context sensitive and it should show up. Alright, so and then now we don't want this afterwards, so then we can right click here, get player controller again. Of course if you're, as I said, if your character is in the same level as your main menu, then inside your blueprints you could just add these two simple notes. So disable input first of all. So when the event starts, you want to disable player input. Connect this down here, and then you can later on you can enable player input. So enable input when the character is so you can enable input when the button has been pressed for the game starts. But for my purpose this is not needed, so I'm just going to do this. And I'll show you guys. So when the game plays, the main menu loads. You go to options, can change the settings, of course. You can return to main menu, you can start your game, and the main menu disappears and the mouse cursor also disappears. So this is the basic for the main menu. Now we'll start working on our pause menu, alright? Gonna press escape now. Let's go down to our, so for our next menu we'll go to again user interface, widget blueprint, and pause menu. Now of course we'll start off with our designer tab first. Once again I'm gonna drag out a simple vertical box. Hopefully I'll be quicker this time since I know what I'm doing. So call this pause menu. Then go to button and text, and again we can copy and paste this as many times as we want. Alright, first one I'll call T_resume. So an option to resume game, and T_resume. And down here we'll call this resume. Alright. Next button will be options. So we'll also have our options down here, which will be separate, but they will use the same codes or the same scalability settings that we use down there. So T options, and then options, and then we will have a exit to, so B_exit to main. Just call this exit to main is simpler. T_exit to main, MAIN, and then exit to main menu. Alright, so exit to main menu, and then finally we'll have quit game. So we want to give the player an option to quit game straight away if they like, if they don't want to go through the main menu. Alright, so quit game, and then T_quit game. Okay, and down here we'll just type quit game. Alright, now I'm gonna select my pause menu. I'm gonna make this bigger so everything fits in there. Alright, I'm gonna drag this around the same place, just roughly around the same place as our main menu. You guys can be more accurate using these cubes if you like. Okay, so now we have these. Now we need to make an options menu down here as well. For that, once again, I'll just Control C this. Actually, what I might be able to do, I can open my main menu again, go to the designer tab on the main menu, select the options menu. Okay. Actually, this I will call, while I'm here, I will call this quality menu instead. Okay, quality menu. Then in our graph, so here's our own collective set visibility. Yeah, that's fine. Quality menu works. And I'm gonna go back to my designer. I'm gonna select my quality menu, press Ctrl C, and then click on the canvas panel and press Ctrl V, and we have our, so everything is named already, so that's cool. We don't have to name everything all over again. Just gonna drop this about here. Okay, and I believe everything should already be a variable. Yeah, everything has the right names. Once again, for the resolution, just Ctrl C and click on the canvas panel, Ctrl V, and I'll drag this. So resolution menu, I'll just drag this down here. Alright, so about here. And it should be hidden, set out to 1, that's all fine. And now we will... Now before we go ahead, I'll just add a new... So let's add a new vertical box now, down here. This I will call Sure Menu. So Sure Exit, which tells me this is to exit to the main menu. And down here, first of all, I'll add a text. Okay, and this text I will call T Sure, same name again, exit menu, trying to keep it simple. And in the text I'll type are you sure? Are you sure that you want to? Are you sure that you want to exit to the main menu? You can also in brackets maybe type all your current data will be lost or something. The standard user interface. Are you sure you want to exit? Are you sure? You sure you want to exit to the main menu? I guess this could work. Okay, question mark at the end, and yeah, that's fine. It should work. So we can put this somewhere around the middle of our screen, I suppose. And then we can add 2 buttons down here. So button 1, show exit main menu. Control C, Control V again. This actually going to take up here. So just above these buttons. These buttons I can make smaller. This I can make it go in the middle. And I can add some text on top of these buttons as well. Okay. And this will be button yes menu. And in the text box we'll type T yes menu. Text yes. And for this one I'll do B underscore no menu. T underscore no menu. Of course, if you are wondering why I'm doing so many yes and no's, this of course want to make sure that this menu is also a variable, and by default we want this to be hidden, and is that order on this we want to be 1. Are you sure you want to exit to the main menu? Yes, and then down here we'll just do no. So a very basic menu. And now we can do this. We can select this. Press Control C, show exit menu. We can go to canvas panel, Control V, and we have a duplicate of that. Now this we will call show quit game. Of course, this is a variable. And then, are you sure you want to exit the game perhaps? Are you sure you want to exit the game? And then again we have yes and no options. So button B, let's go yes exit. T underscore yes exit. You guys can obviously skip if you guys don't want to watch me type all this. No exit. T underscore no exit. And then we already have a yes and a no. Okay, whew, that was close. I thought my engine almost crashed there, but it seems to be working. We can move this in about the same position as down here. This is also a variable. This is also hidden by default. All good. Now we can head over to our graph. Just gonna compile and save again. Now in our graph, we'll bring in, so we'll click on resume. On clicked resume, we want to set paused game. So set game pause, we want to have this unchecked, so this will unpause the game when it's done, and we'll do remove from parent. So the widget itself will remove itself from the screen, and we'll do this resume. We'll just call this resume. Okay, next thing we'll again have our options down here. So our options, first I'll just do this. So define the potato first. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'll tell you what I was doing. I was checking if I spelled potato correctly, because I wasn't sure. Seems I was right. Anyways, let's just execute console command, and here we'll do scalability. Just gonna copy and paste this a few times. Control V, and then low, unclicked, medium, unclicked, and Hi. Oh, Epic, of course. Not looking for this, I'm looking for Epic. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, just gonna drag these up again. Again, same procedure. Just connect these in. And 0, 1, 2, 3, 0 of course being the lowest of the engine scalability settings. One, 2, and 3. Alright, so this we can call options quality. Alright, and the next we'll do our resolution. So on-clicked, on-clicked, and on-clicked. Okay, and then execute again console command r.set res space. Sorry, the first R is not capital, indeed. So r.set res, and I'll just type F here. Then I can just Control C, Control V, Control V, connect these together. R set res 640 times 480, 1280 times 1080, 1440 times 900, and just do C. So options, resolution. Alright, so you've done this. You guys can of course have a separate one. If you guys have different levels in game, you can have one for level select, where for each button you can do open level, and you can open different levels for whichever level the person wants to play. Alright, so now we've done our options resolution, we've done our quality, our resolution, our resume button, and now we'll do our exit to main menu. On clicked, okay. On clicked we want to create widget. Alright, and we'll do main menu. So same thing again, add to viewport, target, set show, get player, controller. Okay, so all this, and what we might also want to do is on exit to main menu, we want to do, first of all, we want to remove from parent. So we want it to remove itself first, so remove from parent, and then we want it to cast to open the new main menu. Or actually, what we want to first do is, say of course. So yes menu on clicked. So when he clicks yes on that menu, we want to do, okay, just cast it there, and then we have a no, I don't want to go back to the main menu. For this we'll just do a simple set visibility. Set visibility of the pause menu itself, which I believe is right here. It's not a variable, make sure it's a variable so you can access it under here. So pause menu, we want to get this, we want to become hidden, and we'll Control C, Control V. We want to make this visible, which is our sure exit menu. Get. Okay, so this will all be a press C and type here back to main menu question mark. And of course when he does click exit to main menu, we want to do set visibility. Actually we can just copy these, simple as. Oh sorry, for now we want to do the opposite. So this we want to make visible, and this we want to make hidden, and the we exit to main menu. This is where we hide the main menu and make visible the exit menu. Alright. Okay, so we've done this now, and then we'll now do one for our exit. So quit game. Okay. If the person presses quit game, we want to set visibility again for the quit menu. So first we will make this hidden, the pause menu. So pause menu we want to hide and set visibility again. We want to bring forth the quit game menu thing. So we want to make this visible, and we will, I'll have that down here already anyways. We'll just Control C, Control V. If the player presses no, so no exit, click on clicked. We want this to happen, and if the player presses yes, I want to exit the game, we want to run the console command, which is quit. Okay, so we do this, and then we create a box around it, and we do exit. In the comment I'll type exit game. It can get a little confusing at times. It says I'm getting confused a little by these notes now, so obviously it's really useful that I've been naming them and stuff, so I know what's exactly going on. Alright, and so resume is click, this happens, and then we have potato. I think this is pretty much it on here. Now we need to head to our blueprint. So blueprints, open level blueprint, and we need to make a key, so when that key is pressed the game is paused. So I'll just do press P, I'll use the P key for pause. You can use the escape key, whatever you want. So pause, I'll do set paused, set game paused, yep, true, game is paused. And we want to create widget, which would be our pause menu. Again, add to viewport, target is itself, and then set show, just do show mouse, set show mouse cursor, ticked, and get player controller. Okay, get player controller compile. Now fingers crossed this will all work out fine. When we click play and we click start, now if we click P, our pause menu comes up and the game is paused. Click resume, the game continues, press P again, game pauses. Go to, okay, we haven't set up our option. If we do exit to main menu, click yes, it goes back to the main menu, good. We click pause again. So click play, start. Well, if there are some issues, there are easy workarounds. If you do quit game, yes, the game quits. So it's just a testing stage now. Start, press P, go to quit game if you press no. So we haven't done the no button yet. Okay, we do start, press P, exit to main menu, no, it just goes back to down here. Alright, so now if I go back to my pause menu, we need to work out where our no button is. So when no exit, we want pause menu to become visible and the show quit game to become hidden. Alright, this is the issue here. And the second issue we had is back to main menu. Let's have a look. Alright, okay. So start, we pause. Of course, options is our second issue. We need to set up our options. So when the button for options is pressed, so on clicked, when the options button is, I'll just drag this up close to options. So down here, options button is clicked, we want to set visibility, set visibility for the pause menu, the quality menu, or just control click, control and drag, and it should work. So pause menu goes here, and these two go together. So pause menu, we want this to be hidden, and this we want to be visible. So visible, set visibility, and then we should have a return button. So return on clicked, we just want to do the opposite. So then just copy and paste this right here, connect this together, and just change these two from visible to hidden, and then press C around this, and we'll type here options menu. Now if we compile, if we click play, start, press P, go to options, and we can change our settings from down here as well. We can return to the main menu, and we can quit game if you want. Alright, so this is the basic thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if there's something you guys liked or you didn't like, you want me to improve on. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.